Hello everyone, welcome back. I did a little bit more accuracy testing today on this Palmetto AR-10. All right, this is the PA-10 Gen 3. I've already done a couple of videos on this, and I started a playlist of all the videos that I'm doing on this AR-10. That'll be in the comments below, okay? So as I start doing more and more videos, I'm just going to keep adding them to that playlist so that you can go through it, and down the road, if you want to come back to it, you can select things that interest you and rewatch them. Okay, so shooting at 100 yards, the ammunition that I was testing today, I'm not sure what the name of this crap is. I'm referring to it as German M80. Here, let me show you guys, because when you look on this, they don't like I don't know, is that the name of it over there? Metal Walk Esawula? I the fuck I know what that says. Or is that the name of it over there? Or is that the address? Or who the fuck knows? Deutschland. That's German. So whatever this stuff is, maybe Men. Maybe that's the name of this ammunition. Men. Who the freak knows what it is? But I happen to have some of this ammunition. I have this. I had 2 boxes of this. From a couple of years ago, where I was testing out I was basically shooting a friend's Scar 17S. Okay, now I never did a video on that because I just didn't. Because basically I was getting groups at 100 yards, the groups were as big as my hand, and I was like, Scar 17 should be a lot more accurate. And I started thinking maybe the ammunition is just bad. I didn't have anything else to shoot it, So I thought maybe there was an ammunition problem. Who the fuck knows? That's why I never did a video on that, right? Because I didn't want to say that the gun was bad without checking it with at least more than one type of ammunition. And I didn't have something else, and it didn't make sense for me to get more ammo because, I only had access to the gun for a couple of hours, and my friend that was shooting it couldn't shoot it any better, right? He was getting like 5-6 inch groups. So I said, let's try it out on this Palmetto AR-10. So now I don't have a whole lot of it, so I didn't do a whole lot of shooting. The reason is because I wanna save some, because I'm not gonna buy more of this ammo. At least I don't think so. I want to save some of it for when I install the 2-stage trigger, right? Because this one has the mil-spec. Just a mil-spec one. I think it's like the boron coated one, whatever they call it. And I'm definitely noticing that, doing a lot of shooting with the 2-stage trigger on my Ruger MPR. You know what? I like this 2-stage trigger a lot better. I'm more comfortable with it. So going back to this trigger, basically I just want to wait until I get 2-stage trigger in this gun, at that point, I want to have some ammunition left over so I can test it again, okay? So that's why I didn't do a whole lot of shooting. I wanted to have some ammo left over. So, here. So I threw the first 3 shots out there, and they were pretty wide, right? With the gun cold, I got 1, 2, 3. So the first one came in at about 3.5 inches, okay? I said, okay, well, maybe I pulled one, I don't know. So then I say, okay, let's, and I'm holding like right here underneath it, right? This has a 50-yard zero. I'm holding over here. I said, let me take another 3 shots with the same hold, and that's these 3 holes here. 1, 2, 3. So the next 3 shots came in at 1 inch. I go, all right, that's not bad, 1 inch. Maybe that was a fluke. When I shot the Tula, and I uploaded a video on the Tula that I shot with this, the way I did it with the Tula 380, I did the same way. I shot 3 shots, 1, 2, 3. Then I did another 3 shots, 1, 2, 3. So what I said is that, hey, maybe I pulled that one. I got a 5-shot group here inside of 2 inches. So I decided I'm going to basically be consistent and say the same here. Where are you? Let's call that one a flyer over there, and let's just judge. Let's not say we got a 1-inch group. Let's include that one for 4 shots and say that we basically got a 2-inch group. So this German M80, I mean the 2 inches, it's like right at the edge at the 2 inches. I mean, you might say it's 2 1/4 inches. You know, I think it's close enough because I don't know what the hell I'm going to say it's 2 inches, all right? Because this is, I have a feeling that if I shoot enough rounds out there with this, especially if I get that 2-stage, once I install the 2-stage trigger, I had the 2-stage trigger, I'm waiting for the mag to fall good. Because the other thing I found is that shooting, I felt a lot less comfortable with this rubberized, I think it's called an A2 grip. While I was shooting like that, this thing's a little thin. I don't like it. So there's 2 things here that were making me a little like less comfortable. It had me like a little bit out of my comfort zone. I mean, hey, I can still get a 2-inch group. I can still average 2 inches at 100 yards, so it's not throwing me off that much. But I think I can do better once I get the equipment that I'm used to shooting. So discounting that on this one, let's say we got, where are we? We got about 2-inch group. But I said, let me shoot this again. Right, and I was particularly happy with, like, I got 2 shots touching here, 2 shots touching there. So let me shoot this again. So I did another 6 shots. Again, I did same deal. I did 3 shots first. The first 3 were wide. I know I pulled that one. Okay, that one is me. So including the one I pulled, I'm like at 3 inches, even though I screwed that up over there. And then I did another 3 shots, which is these 3 right here. 1, 2, 3 at 1 inch. So the next 3 came in at 1 inch. Let's discount that one, right, just to be consistent, and look at the 4-shot group, which is what I've been doing up until now. So my 4 inches are, I'm sorry, my 4 shots, 4 out of 5 shots are definitely inside of 2 inches. I mean, that's inside of 2 inches. So I'm going to say that with this German M80, whatever the hell its real name is, because I don't know what its real name is. With this ammunition here, we're getting 2 inches on this Palmetto AR-10. Okay, so we saw that in Tula, right? In Tula, I did a video on this the other day. So same deal here. Like we got a 2-inch there, and then 1 flyer out there. So far with 2 different types of ammunition, I've got 2-inch groups with like 1-inch clusters. So far this PA-10 Gen 3, I think it's shooting pretty good. Okay, especially with just a mil-spec trigger. So now it's got me thinking back to that Scar 17 that I shot. Might have been like 5-6 years ago at this point. Okay, I think the gun sucked. I mean, I didn't notice at the time, but yeah, I mean, I think that, and it had an ACOG in it, so that was a 3X. You know what? It might have been the magnification, because this has a 6X, and I saw when I shot the Tula, I shot the Tula first with a 3X and then with a 6X a few days ago in the video that I did, and with the 3X, the shots were a lot wider. You know something? I think that's the difference. I don't think it's necessarily that the Scar sucked. I think the difference was that I was using a 3X ACOG at 100 yards, and what I'm seeing here is when I step up to a 6X, I think there's, I mean, just visually, like, I mean, I can just see the bullseye better. I have a better holding point over here, okay? So I think the 6X is what's making the difference here, the 6X magnification. So that's the reason why I think me and my friend weren't shooting the Scar with the ACOG so well. Because again, like I said, when I shot the Scar, the groups were like that, right? They were like, and it was consistent. We were both getting groups like that. And I think that was the deal. Okay, so hey, listen, this is a learning thing, man. I'm not standing here pretending to know everything. I know more stuff now than I knew 5 years ago, which was, at that point, was more stuff than I knew 5 years before that. Okay, so as I'm going along, I'm learning more and more. And what I'm doing is, this is basically all the stuff that I tell you here, right? And all the stuff in my different videos. It's not like I invented this stuff or necessarily like did all the work on it. I do watch other people's videos. I learn from other people's channels, and then what I do is I verify, I test, and I try to add to the knowledge of the gun community. Okay, so that's what I'm doing in this channel. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the video. And like I said, in the playlist, in the comments below, I'm going to add a link to a playlist where I will continually add videos on this AR-10. So down the road, right? Because maybe you don't have an AR-10 now, but maybe you get one, you know, at some point. In fact, I don't think anybody should get an AR-10 until they own at least like 3 or 4 AR-15s, maybe 2 AR-9s, 3 Glocks, about 10,000 rounds of ammunition, right? At that point, you can start thinking about getting an AR-10. So I want to be real with you guys. You know, that's where I think that the AR-10 is. Now, the exception to that is like if you're in the desert, and yeah, you are shooting 800 yards plus, like you can shoot that regularly. Yeah, sure. Then that's a whole other story, because that's another thing that I tell people. It's like, you know, if you own like 3 guns and you're like, or 4 guns or 5 guns or whatever, and you're only going to the gun range like once every 4 months or once every 6 months, you don't need more guns. You need more range time. You know, get to the gun range, get somebody, try to get away from 2-dimensional range where, you know, you're just standing behind a bench. Try to get someplace where you can train with somebody. A lot of the different YouTubers, because obviously I'm in PA, you know, but I'm out of reach of a lot of people. But try to get with somebody that you can work one-on-one, and they don't necessarily need to be like ex-special forces or anything. If you can gain access to work with somebody in a location where you can do, you know, some moving and shooting, just do some more realistic type of training, you know, time each other, you know, that will help both of you out, you know. If you only got 3 or 4 guns, before you think about getting more guns, think about getting more range time, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you all soon.